Hello everyone, I'm actually really excited about this video. So excited that my hair is not all the way dry and the sun keeps going behind clouds, so I'm sorry about that. But while I was realizing that the sun was going like in and out of the clouds, I was looking out the window and noticed that the screen on my window is a little bit like off, and there's actually wasps building a nest in between the screen and the window. So if I open the window, the wasp would fly right in, and I don't know what to do about that, and I don't know how to feel about that. So I'm just watching it, I can see it. Anyway, I'm really excited about this video because I don't know, I haven't seen anyone talk about these books yet, like on book Twitter and like booktube, and all the people I follow like on Goodreads and stuff. I haven't seen anyone read these books. Like I haven't seen anyone, like, you know, your friends on Goodreads will say like so and so has read. I haven't seen that, so I'm really excited to talk about it. I just want more people to know. So basically I'm going to be talking about the author Camila Eisley. She writes rom-com books. She writes them. That's like her sole genre that she specializes in. And I went to her website. You can actually pick out the book you want to read from her, like by her, by trope. So like there's enemies to lovers, there's celebrity romance, whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I don't remember what it's called. Hate, like, or enemies to lovers. What else is there? There's friends to lovers. There's just so many. I'll go through it. But it's so exciting. It's so cool. So basically, I have been seeing this one book called From Thailand with Love. And I've been seeing it pop up when I like deep dive for new books to read, because I was in a reading slump and I have a hard time finding books. I will find books and read a sample and I just cannot get into them, like popular ones and stuff that other people recommend. So I kind of struggle with that. So I've been struggling with finding a book and getting through this reading slump. And I've been seeing From Thailand with Love a lot, even on Barnes & Noble? No, have I seen it? No, I think I looked it up on Barnes & Noble. My bad. Anyway, Goodreads. I've been seeing it on Goodreads. And so I went to Hoopla, the library app, and it wasn't there, but there were other books by Camila Eisley on there, like so many. So I actually read the one called To the Stars and Back. It's about this is the celebrity one. So this one I really enjoyed, which I'll get to that. Oh my gosh, now there's literally a lizard climbing on the window. So it scared me. I think it hurt me because it did the neck thing. Now it's gone, so I can't even turn the camera around. There's just a whole little ecosystem on this literal window and screen right now. But anyway, what was I saying? Okay, I was saying I will get back to the Stars and Back book, because after I read this one, I enjoyed it a lot. So I reached out to Camila Eisley, I emailed her, and just asked when From Thailand with Love would be on Hoopla so I could read it. And she actually generously offered to give me an e-copy, like, because I was like, I really want to review it on YouTube. I want more people to hear about your books because I just feel like it's so like niche. Like it's just like, for me, it's like if Hallmark was a book series, but yeah, because they're like, it's like a series. Yeah, because they're what are they called? Like, oh, what's the term when characters from one book are into another in other ones? Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's the opposite of standalone. Companion novels. Okay, they're companion novels. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that. Basically, in my head, they are like if Hallmark were companion novels, but done well. Because, you know, Hallmark can be like, you never know. But these are like, you know, wholesome, like, and because it wasn't on Hoopla, she was like, I can give you an e-copy, like, to review. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, because she's the first author to ever do that. And I was just like so shook. I was so excited. So she gave From Thailand with Love to me to read and review. And I'm so grateful to her for doing that. I am so happy. Like, I'm so happy. I'm so grateful, thankful, like, but I actually ended up not liking From Thailand with Love, and I feel so bad about it. I genuinely feel so bad that I didn't like it as much as I wanted to. I think I just had really high expectations, but I also, the reason I did not love that book was because I could not like the male protagonist, like the male love interest. I could not like him, and I really tried to get through the book, but I couldn't because I just could not stand him. And it is enemies to lovers, and I love enemies to lovers. But basically, the male love interest, the only reason it was like hate to love, enemies to lovers, he hated her. He hated Winter, which is the female love interest, the female main character, because she was a woman. So he came off very sexist. So let me just explain what From Thailand to Love is about. From Thailand with Love is about Winter, who, okay, she's actually the best friend of the girl in To the Stars and Back. She's the best friend. So then From Thailand with Love is what comes right after. She's a travel photographer, and so she's on this trip in Thailand. It's a top secret, like, finding the lost city of gold trip. And she's the travel photographer. And the main guy, he is the one running it. He wants to find this lost city of gold so bad. Like, it's the whole thing is top secret mission. So it's like an action-packed story. So I was really excited about it. Because it's like enemies to lovers and this like Indiana Jones type thing. But he just was very sexist. He did not want Winter on the trip at all, and he was saying it was because she was a woman. And then in one part he calls women drama queens. And I think what really bothered me besides that was he sexualizes her a lot. He objectifies her so much, and I was just like, I cannot read this. So I'm really sorry. I wanted to like that book so badly and I just didn't. But that does not mean I did not like any of her other books. So this is why I wanted to start with that, so then I can gush about To the Stars and Back, because I loved it. I loved it so much. The main character is Christian Slade, and he's like part British. I think he's like British American. But he moved from London to America, and he is the top celebrity. Think Leonardo DiCaprio, and this is like Leonardo DiCaprio. He is the Leonardo DiCaprio of this like universe of like whatever of the books. He is like voted like the most sexiest man like every year for like a bunch of years, and so he's the top actor and everything. And then Lana is a rocket scientist professor. She was an engineering major at college, at her college, and she's a rocket scientist professor at UCLA. And I'm just like, whoa. And she's so environmentally conscious and friendly. Like, that's the word, environmentally friendly. Yeah, I don't know why. Sorry, I'm talking way too fast, but she is so environmentally conscious, and it's like not weird. Like, it's not like the author's making fun of her at all. It's like everything that she does makes sense, you know? She takes the bus whenever she can. She has like reusable silverware, like how I have reusable straws. Like, I wanted reusable silverware. It's not like, oh, this, like, it's not like the weird, you know, when people like in movies and stuff, they portray people like that, like so weird and like so California, but like this was portrayed like so normal, and I appreciated it so much. And so it is like the celebrity, he falls in love with her, like she falls in love with him. It is a celebrity to like, and she doesn't know, okay, I'm going way too fast. Anyway, when they meet, she has no idea who he is. So like that's a big part of it. So he's like, oh my gosh, she's like the first girl that doesn't know who I am. So he like loves that about her. Anyway, so it was just, here's the thing. He was so respectful to her. He loved how smart she was when she would like go off on tangents and explain things. He loved it, and he was so respectful and wanted to know more and like took in her interest. So I think like going from him to the main dude in From Thailand with Love, I never said his name, my bad. I think the dude from Thailand with Love, his name was Logan. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. That makes me look really bad. I'm really sorry. I'm like 99% sure it's Logan. From going from Christian Slade to Logan, I was like, what? I was just like blindsided. I was caught off because I was like, wow. And they're just like complete opposites. But anyway, I really like this book. There are a couple word choices and like phrases that I would have taken out. Oh, and one more thing that I kind of was like, Christian in the beginning is like lying about who he is. He's like lying about it. And I mean, eventually he like comes clean, of course. But when he's kind of like lying, you know, and like twisting the truth, some of it, which if I was in Lana's position, at one point I would have been like, what is real and what is not? Because there's like a couple of times where he's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about that. And I genuinely would have been like, what? Like literally, what is real and what's not? Because he is being truthful with her at that point. But some of the stuff, it's just like little like things that, it's just, he's not completely lying. I don't know. So I think I would have just been a little more wary and been like, what? But other than that, I just really like To the Stars and Back, and so I want to read more of her books because there's a bunch on Hoopla. So I think the next one I'm gonna read, it was like a Christmas one. But yeah, I really enjoyed her books, and I just really wanted to share with BookTube and everyone, like, the fact that it's so niche. Like, she writes tropes, like, whatever trope you want, you can find a book of hers, and they're short, they're quick, they're not that deep, they're not like super deep, but they don't need to be, because to me they're like Hallmark, but like good Hallmark type books that, like, you know, just like when you want a little pick-me-up and you want to be immersed in a funny story, like funny rom-com, like, you can read one of her books. And it got me out of my reading slump. I actually was so invested into The Stars and Back. I was so into it, and this one was actually really funny. So yeah, just like rom-com type books if you're really into them. But I'm actually really glad that these are on Hoopla. I'm so happy, but they're not that expensive either. You can get them for $3.99 on iBooks, so that's so inexpensive. And I love when books are like that, because a lot of the times, like, a paperback is like maybe $15, and then it's literally $10 or $11 on iBooks, the ebook version. I'm like, what? Shouldn't it be a little bit less? I don't know, because I really wish that if you bought a paperback, you could also get it as an like a textbook, where you buy the physical textbook and then you get a code for an online textbook. I wish it was like that, because sometimes I want to take my book on the go on my phone, or I'm reading in bed, I'm like laying down and I want to like scroll, but I don't want to pay for technically 2 books. So yeah, I just really wanted to dedicate this video to discovering Camila Eisley's books and sharing with it to the world, because it has a little something for everyone. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, if I wanted to read any of these tropes, like, I can just pick one out and it's a good quick read, all that stuff. So that was all I had for this video. I guess, you guys, my stomach is growling, so I'm kind of hungry. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!